crypto itself, the impact that it's going to make, the advantages of this new technology, on economic development, that's the best selling point.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Crypto. We are back with another informational video for you guys, and this time we have Changpeng Zhao with us, the founder of Binance. But before we can get started, let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index for today. As of recording this video, it is sitting at 20, down from yesterday's 22. Currently Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading for 19,750 and 1,409 respectively. With that being said, let's get started with the video.
Binance actually has a safer insurance fund that's more than $1 billion in it. It's stored on a different address. The address is published by one of our blog posts. If you search for it, there's a link to that address. So I think we're the only exchange that has this type of fund set up in this way. So that's Binance specific, but still, it is an address that's managed by us. Today, in cryptocurrencies, most of the insurance are self-insurance, which is not as good as a third-party insurance. The third-party insurance in traditional industries, financial industries, they usually have a cap, 120,000 or something like that. Or if you buy insurance up to millions of dollars, they're very expensive. There's another difficulty with insurance in the crypto industry. Let's say you want to insure me, and I say, okay, I'll put $1 million on this address. It's very easy for me to steal that money myself and claim I lost it, because all I have to do is just make a copy of the private key and use it somewhere else. It's very hard to prove I didn't steal it. So from an insurer point of view, how do you insure somebody and make sure they don't steal their own funds? So that's one of the difficulties that we have in the crypto industry. We have had this problem for quite a while. I don't know any solutions. So the third-party insurances are usually quite limited. They use a couple $100,000, a couple $1 million per, couple $100,000 per user. But we do have a separate insurance fund we set up ourselves. So yeah, that's the state of insurances in the crypto industry today.
CZ reveals that Binance has an insurance fund of $1 billion sitting in one of their addresses, which can be used to compensate investors in the unlikely scenario of investors losing their funds because of an external hack. This type of insurance in the crypto space is extremely rare in itself, let alone $1 billion. However, one of the biggest problems is that it is extremely hard to prove that one won't steal their own funds to make an insurance claim, which is unsolved till this point.
I think we're just at the very beginning of metaverse. We have this word called metaverse, but we don't really have we have a few implementations that are somewhat good, but I think we're still at very early stages. Especially like when you talk about healthcare, right? You can imagine there's so many things that you can, there's a few different levels of metaverses you can do with healthcare. Number one is remote consultation, right? You can talk to somebody in high fidelity. For example, if you have a bruise on your arm, they should be able to look at it and say, what kind of bruise it is. If you have I don't know, some allergy or some condition, they can look at it, they can remote diagnose. If you think about it a little bit further, you could actually use the metaverse to do even surgery remotely, right? So for example, you have to perform any type of surgery inside your body that could be a metaverse that's inside your body that they can produce they can do the operations on. So yeah, it has very interesting applications in real world applications that life-saving applications. So all of this is possible. We don't have it today, so it remains to be built. That's the opportunity. It may be too early to do that right away. We may have to wait for the metaverse technology to mature a bit more, but the possibilities are all there. So I think today, just at the very, very beginning, this is why I'm always bullish about this industry, is there's so much that have not been built yet. We're just at the very, very beginning. Yeah.
Even though the term metaverse is trending all over the world, we haven't seen proper use cases being developed for it other than a few exceptions. CZ believes it is much more than VR. If implemented correctly, it could also prove beneficial in the healthcare sector where doctors will be able to examine their patients virtually and in real time.
We're at the very beginning stage of NFTs. Like today's, so far we've been mostly selling JPEGs and images, etc. There's some virtual goods in games, but there's a lot of real-world applications, again, we can imagine that we don't have today. I think we're piloting NFT ticketing for sports events for Lazio's in Italy. Now you can show your NFT and that's a ticket. If you think about tickets, it's on a specific day at a specific seat. That's an NFT. Even after you use it as a ticket, there could still be residual value. Like if it's a ticket used by some famous person, people may want to collect it. Collection is only one small part. Even also with sports clubs, they have huge problems on, say, merchandise, right? So a famous team here may have fans in other countries, in Asia, or there may be a lot of counterfeit merchandise that the teams don't get the benefit of people buying it. The fans are not supporting the teams when they want to. But what about if you can sell NFTs for those things and have people exchange those NFTs into merchandise? Then you know exactly, you can track that.
Same is the case with NFTs. They are still a very early technology and isn't being utilized fully till now, as most of the NFT space consists of JPEGs and other random images. But we are seeing the use of NFTs rise in the sports sector, where tickets are being offered in the form of NFTs, which solve the problem of counterfeit tickets.
We've spoken with artists, music artists, singers. They sell concert tickets at $150, and then that resells like 3 times through the what we call scalpers, and then it sells for like $600, $3,000, and guess what? The artist gets $150. When we spoke to them, they say this is like I don't know, I forgot the real number, but they said this is like a $10-20 billion industry. And for this artist alone, right? So this artist, we're very willing to change this. The artist will only sell the tickets through NFTs, and you can engineer the NFT so that the artist get a royalty, however many % each time it's resold, or especially each time if it's resold at a higher price. So the artist still get a percentage of the later sales. And this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the artists want to do this. Again, we don't have an application for it today. We haven't made it work yet, but it's totally conceivable. There's many other NFT use cases. I can go on forever, but today, the way I look at it, this industry. It's like in 1990, we had the internet. We can send emails. We can use bulletin boards. I don't know how many of you guys are old enough to remember those. But we can envision video conferencing. We can envision teleconferencing. But guess what? The technology only started to work in the last few years. And even then, it doesn't work so well. Teleconference is still not as good as in person. So all of this are still yet to be built. We're in 1990s for the internet. There's still so much more to be built.
One major problem which NFTs are solving is the ticket reselling epidemic. People bulk purchase a lot of tickets to celebrity events and concerts and end up selling them for several 100% more than the original price. Since the celebrities only receive the original price of the ticket, they can set a royalty fee on their NFT tickets, which will generate more revenue for them whenever the ticket is sold, at whatever price.
I think number one, we need to do a lot of education. Conferences like this, working with universities, Binance Masterclass, in-person classroom settings, Binance Academy, online free content. Binance Academy is actually used by many government agencies. For example, the government of Portugal, on the government website, in the education section about crypto, they use Binance Academy content with our permission, but our content is free anyway. So we're more than happy to push that. So there's a lot of education that's involved. I spend a lot of time meeting with senior leaders in governments, politicians, policymakers myself, meeting with them, etc. And I tweet quite a lot of them. I share quite a lot of my travel schedule, people I meet that are willing to share themselves. And when people see hey, this is a crypto guy meeting with the president of a country, that usually have a little bit of a spillover effect in the population. And we need to make our product easier to use so that normal people can use crypto products. But at the end of the day, I think the crypto itself, the impact that it's going to make, the advantages of this new technology, on economic development, that's the best selling point.
CZ says the only way to increase crypto adoption is by educating the masses so they can know exactly what cryptocurrencies have to offer. Binance is playing its part by offering free educational material and making it available everywhere through their Binance Academy. This is a very long-term move, but it is the only way to achieve the highest organic growth because people will know how to get involved with cryptocurrencies and use them in their day-to-day life. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel because we upload videos like this on a daily basis. See you guys in the next one.